Okay, I think we're live now. We should be live. Hello, welcome back to the Football Now. We're here today to talk about Stockport County, the live pre-match as they take on Everton under-21s in the Bristol Street Motors Trophy. We've had a few difficulties actually going into this stream. Haven't had any problems for the last few weeks with setting up the streams. Hopefully everyone can hear me okay. And hopefully it's not too blurry on the screen because that's what I was having trouble with. For some reason, it's really blurry. So that is a bit of a problem. Um, can people see me okay? And is the audio okay? Um, they're the two main things that I'm hoping are okay. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. 7 o'clock kickoff, so we don't have too long before the game takes place. Everton on 21s, on the face of it, probably isn't the toughest of opponents. Not really looked at the team they put out either, but I do look at it and think this is an interesting game to keep an eye on because of the depth of the squad. The team we put out today. Yeah, bit blurry, Rob. Yeah, that's exactly the problem I was having. That's why we were a few minutes late. Unfortunately, not being able to fix it. So I'll try and fix it in the next stream. But I can't do anything about it now, unfortunately. So hopefully people can bear with me on it and just put up with it, on this one occasion. And I'll try and fix it going forward. It has always been working fine since I started using it. We just had an issue today, as I say. That's why we're 2 or 3 minutes late. But yeah, I think it's an interesting game to keep an eye on because of the fact that we've got such a such a strong squad. The depth of it is really good now, and I think that means that we're going to see in this game some really strong team selections that I think we'll put out. We've got the team selection today: Hinchliffe in goal, which we expected. Bate is back in the team with the captain's armband. Horsfall remains. Ethan Pye remains. Callum Connolly comes in for, I think, is the first time, certainly the first time I'll have seen him play in a county shirt. Fiorini drops in as well, again another player that I think I'll be watching for the first time. And of course Odin Bailey's back in as well. How many changes have we made from the weekend then? Well, I think Ibal Touré's not in, of course, Adai's not in, Camps isn't in, Collar's not in, Wotton's not in, Barry on Yango. So a lot of changes really. I think if anything, only Horsfall and Ethan Pye keep their place in the starting 11. So it's not like we're playing players that have been our main 11 in this game. So it's not. I don't think it should affect us too much on the weekend when we play Leyton Orient. But again, back at home, which is an advantage for us. And I think we should win this game. I think, like I said, normally I wouldn't take the Bristol Street Motors Trophy that seriously. But because of the types of players we're going to be seeing playing these games, and just getting the list there of the team users in the comments as well, it does make it interesting. Like I said, when we get to see players like Fiorini play for the first time, we get to see players that Callum Connolly play for the first time. It sort of adds intrigue to the game, and I think I'm looking forward to seeing what those two players can bring us in this game today. And obviously Tanto Alafi as well, relying on getting minutes in this kind of game now to try and force his way into the first team, which is a ridiculous situation. If you said to me at the back end of last season, we're going to go up into League One and Tanto Alafi is going to be struggling for minutes in League One, I'd say, well, first of all, I'll be checking checking your drink and make sure no one's put anything in it because I wouldn't believe you, because of how important he was, particularly when we knew Madden was moving on as well. You thought, well, we got Tanto Alafi and that's kind of it. At this point in time, Barry had kind of gone back to Villa. We weren't sure we were going to have him this season. Kyle Wood and I thought would move on. So you're kind of looking at him thinking, well, Tanto Alafi's the main man. If he doesn't play, who else is going to come in? And now you look at it and you've got, Cal Wootton doing what he's doing. Tanto Alafi, on the bench as a really, really strong option off the bench. Jack Stretton scoring goals, getting 2 against Accrington in this very competition just a few weeks ago. And then, of course, you got Michael Mellon, who is currently injured, but hopefully back shortly. And he'll be knocking on the door for minutes as well. So a good selection headache for Cheltenham, I expect, over the next few weeks. In terms of getting people's thoughts ahead of this game, I commented on Twitter on something. Someone replied, just need to get through tonight with no injuries, regardless of results. Lots of players to be playing in Saturday's squad. So a lot of people, that's the view of someone who thinks basically it doesn't matter about the result today. We just want to avoid injury. Whereas I kind of look at it and think we're early on in the season. We've got a lot of players. I mean, like I say, only Horsfall and Pye remain from Saturday's selection. We've got a lot, really strong squad, and these players are eager for minutes. And I think it is important these players play well, and to play well generally means you end up winning the game. So I think we should be going for this. We should be expecting a win from this. We should be focusing on getting a win from this. And like I say, if we can go further in these kind of tournaments, it's actually going to be a positive thing for County because unless we end up with a major injury crisis like what we had maybe last season, we're actually going to need these kind of games to play to, keep players' fitness. If there's players who aren't playing, you want them playing minutes where you can, where you can get them, and I think this competition offers that. So I think at the moment, unless we get hit massively with injuries, we should be looking to try and make the most of these kind of matches. You got a frozen screen, yeah. Like I said, I've had some difficulties. I don't know exactly what's going on, to be honest. With it, I will try and fix it. We're planning on going live post match at 10 o'clock, so I'll try and address it one time this stream. But hopefully, people can just sort of bear with me. It's not ideal, I know, but I was a few minutes late. I was trying to fix it. I think the screen is now moving again now. Like I said, I'll try and fix it going forward. No Stretton, hope it's not an injury. There was a story, I'm going to put it out on the screen. No Stretton, hope it's not an injury. There was a story his partner gave birth at the weekend. I hope the baby's okay and his absence is just a boy. Hope his absence is just a boy. I think what he means is hopefully his absence is due to that, and maybe it's a boy that he's had. I don't know. I haven't heard that, to be honest. But yeah, I don't think he's injured. I certainly hope he's not injured. And if it is true, and it's because he was with his partner who gave birth, and congratulations to him, I suppose. And I can kind of see why I would have been left out this kind of game in that situation. Not frozen now. Yeah, I think I've got it up as well on YouTube on here. I think it kind of keeps freezing, then not freezing. It's been blurry the whole time. The camera I'm using isn't blurred, but when I check it on the software I'm using, it looks blurred. So it's a shame. I did try and fix it beforehand, but we'll just see. We'll just try and deal with it now. But yeah, I want to get people's thoughts on the game. I want to get people's thoughts on the team we've put out. Are you surprised how strong we've gone? Who's the player you're looking forward to seeing the most? Because for me, it's got to be Fiorini and it's got to be Callum Connolly, who I'm not quite sure where Connolly will play. Possibly at right back. I'm not entirely sure what kind of position he covers, to be honest. So I think he can play midfield, he can play right back. So we'll see where he fits in tonight. But yeah, Fiorini's the one. He's an attacking type midfielder. We haven't had a chance to see him yet. He signed relatively early in the summer, it feels like. We just haven't had the opportunity to see him. He might have played one of the games in pre-season, possibly the one over in Spain. I can't remember, to be honest. I certainly wasn't there, so I've not seen him play in a blue shirt, in a county blue shirt as of yet. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him. Powell again, an interesting one. He partnered Norwood in the midfield for the last Bristol Street Motors Trophy game against Accrington. I'd be interested to see what Powell can do in this kind of game. Again, Bailey as well. There's a lot of players in this. We're talking about sort of players like Hinchliffe. Unbelievable last season. Can't get a look in now this season. Tanto Laffy, unbelievable last season. Can't get a look in this season. Odin Bailey the same. Nick Powell, a lot of expectations put on what he could do for us last season. Can't get into the team this season. So a lot of players in this team are still very, very good in quality. Just maybe just not up to the level of the players we've got playing ahead of them at the moment. Going to go to the comments as well on this. So obviously I was asking about people's opinions on the squad as well. Nick said, a pity Mellon isn't available, as I think our strikers like Tanto, Stretton and Mellon could do with minutes and sharpness in front of goal. Yeah, it is a shame that Mellon's not available. Having said that, I think that with Tanto and Stretton at the moment not getting minutes in League One, I think they'll want as many minutes in this competition as they can get. Hopefully Mellon's back shortly. Certainly I'd like him back by the time we're sort of playing in the FA Cup as well, because I want us to go far in the Cups. I know obviously we couldn't with the Carabao Cup a few weeks ago. I know we had to kind of write that one off. It was horrible being there, knowing that we couldn't really go for it like I think most of our fans would have wanted to. But now that a lot of these players are back from injury, there's only a handful of injuries left now. We should really be going for it as much as we can. And like I say, there's a lot of that squad that aren't getting minutes at the moment in League One. So this kind of game, the FA Cup kind of games in the next few months, hopefully, they're good opportunities for these players to play. And hopefully Mellon's back for that because he can add competition in that moment. Stuart said it's not HD, but it's okay. Yeah, really frustrating. I can only apologise to everyone for that. Must go stuck in Morrison's bed. Morrison's bed's trying to get home. Fair enough. Going for a draw, a 2-2 draw. I'm going to say County are going to win this, and I'm going to go with 3-1. Yeah, I'm going to go with a 3-1 win. Let's see, because I said 3-1. I didn't know. I think I said 2-1 for Birmingham yesterday. That ended up being 3-1. So I'll go with 3-1 today because my prediction was slightly off. Now I said 3-1. They'll probably win 2-1. Control Alt Delete sort of the technical problem or switch the router off and on is the expert advice when you speak to technical staff. Yeah, well, to be honest, it's all been done from my phone mainly. I was on data. Um, I put it onto Wi-Fi, and Wi-Fi didn't make it look any better either. So I didn't know what to do. And then obviously I was a little bit late, so I thought I'll just kind of have to go ahead as it is because the game kicks off in 15 minutes, so I don't have too long really to mess about with it. 3-2 County win. Right, well, next expecting goals in this game, 5 goals to be precise. I'm not really bothered what the scoreline is as long as it results in a County win because, well, actually, no, I do lie because I want to see our players play well. So if you're conceding 2 goals against Everton U21s, you possibly haven't played that well. An interesting shot. I'm not sure. I need to just check this actually. Who's on the bench? No Tyler Onyango on the bench. The reason why I point that out is because he'll probably know quite a few of these Everton under 21 players. Maybe he's not allowed to play because it's against a parent club. I'm not too sure what the rules are on that. But maybe he's been able to give some information to some of these county players about the Everton under 21 players and maybe find out, what kind of players should we be targeting, what kind of players should we maybe try and keep away from kind of thing. Maybe that comes into it, I'm not too sure. Maybe they haven't looked into this kind of game that deeply, but I'd still think they'd take it fairly seriously and professionally, given it's still a match where they're selling tickets, it's on Sky, so I think you've still got to play and take it seriously to some extent. But yeah, I think it's a really strong team, to be honest, and I think it's good that we're getting these strong teams. If we were putting out a sort of under 21 type team ourselves, then I don't think there'd be the same interest in it. Not that County can really do that in the same way. We saw what happened against Blackburn when we put out just 4 or 5 or 6, academy players. It was an absolute slaughtering. So, but you've got to be careful when you bring in young players. There's a few on the bench tonight as well. So hopefully they can get some minutes as well. Still minutes for Hughes as well, who has had an injury. He's hopefully going to be coming back from injury properly soon. Obviously, the fact that he's on the bench means he's not completely injured, but he does need some match fitness, and hopefully he can get a few minutes off the bench tonight. Not often that centre backs really come on in a game unless you really need them to, but you never know. Dave Challoner might go all Eric Ten Hag with it and start swapping centre backs midway through the game for no reason whatsoever. Shea Gardner as well on that bench. Mapengu as well, who I think was he the guy who scored the only goal for us against Blackburn a few weeks ago at Edgeley Park. He is on the bench as well. So yeah, I'm excited for this. I'm excited to see Fiorini in particular. Not that I haven't mentioned that already. Most of us, Nick's going with a win. Stuart's going with a draw. I'm going to go with a win. Like I say, I'm just excited to see Fiorini, to be honest. Have I missed a comment here? I'm just checking. 3-2 County win. I think that's where we're up to. We're up to date on everything. We've read all the comments. Like I say, it's crazy. We're just 10 minutes away, just over 10 minutes away now from the game taking place. I'm looking forward to it. I think I've said that a few times. Fiorini in particular, Callum Connolly, we're not too sure what he's all about yet. And Bailey as well, like I say, really key for us last season. Everyone was desperate for him to sign on a permanent basis in January and just hasn't really been able to get into the team as much in League One so far. So it's a big game, a big night for him. And hopefully we do get the win. Hopefully we do. Like I say, it's not gone to plan with the technical issues, as you can very clearly see on the screen. We'll try and fix it over the next few hours whilst trying to watch the game as well. And we should be going live at 10 o'clock as well with the full-time reaction. Hopefully we're celebrating a win. Not celebrating. It's only the Bristol Street Motors Trophy. Let's be real about it. But hopefully we're enjoying a Stockport County win in this kind of game. And hopefully I can get all your thoughts in the comments full time. And hopefully, as I say, hopefully it is a win. Hopefully we've fixed the technical issues that we've had so far by then as well. So yeah, hopefully everyone tunes in at 10 o'clock. Sorry for the technical issues. And yeah, looking forward to the game. Kicks off in just 10 minutes. It is on Sky Sports Plus. If you're able to watch that, unless you're stuck in Morrison's, like Stuart was, of course. Now, I will be going because I probably need to eat as well before. It's been. Tell you what, just before I go, it's been such a warm day as well in Stockport today. It's blown my mind how it went from being quite cold actually to absolutely boiling today. I'm probably left really red faced. I've been playing football today, and I'm still knackered from that. So yeah, not too sure how those county players will take it to the heat today. But yeah, it's not something I was expecting. If I knew it was going to be this sunny, I might have gone. Yeah, it looks like a really nice day at Edgeley Park. Really nice evening at Edgeley Park from what I've seen on Stockport County social media. So yeah, it should be a good win. It should be a good match and hopefully a good atmosphere as well. Albeit it is only a cup game and it will be a very limited attendance. But yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling now. But yeah, don't forget to join us at 10 o'clock. We should be on live. Hopefully, fix the issues. Like I say, I'm going with a win. Nick's going with a win. Stuart's going with a draw. Hopefully, we do win. And thanks for tuning in.